Welcome, dear audience, good morning. My name is Michael Hamm, as Jeremy already said, and as I said, I'm working a little bit as a lecturer at the University of Darmstadt, and on the second term I support the DVN World. The DVN World is the community for the automotive lighting, with the OEM, the Tier 1, Tier 2, Tier 3, all the chain is meeting together in this DVN section. We have about 240 members. We have, let's say, weekly newsletters that are published to the community. We have, let's say, monthly reports that the community members can download, and we have annual studies, and we have workshops, a little bit bigger than this one. The next one is this week in Shanghai, and in February 2025 in Munich, where we hope that about 300 to 400 people will gather together and discuss about the next challenges of sustainability, development speed, and so on. So that's all about DVN, you know, who is standing here. My lecture today is the trends and expectation for the future of micro-optics in automotive lighting. I have 5 big points. First, I want to talk about the enabler, which is RDB, adaptive driving beam. That's a kind of glare-free high beam that made many things possible, where we today talk about micro-optics, and I hope I can explain you why that happens. So if you look to a low beam situation that we have today on our roads, you see here is a car, and in front of the car is its own light, and there is a car approaching this, and with a normal low beam, which is looking at that situation, you would not be able to discover, oops, there is a pedestrian. With an adaptive driving beam, that means a high beam, that is only this portion of area where he illuminates the high beam, and this portion where the eyes of the oncoming driver are is still unglared. So that is the interesting idea, how to make an adaptive driving beam with different technologies. One of the technologies is to make it by segments, as you see on the top right. That means you have small segments which you can switch off in case the system, the camera, detects an oncoming object, you switch it off. Well, that's not much about micro-optics and micro-technology. It's just have some segments, as you see here, some small LEDs, independent which LED supplier is making it, you switch them off and on. Simple LEDs. But if we look now to what we have today, micro LED arrays with 40 to 25,000 pixels, and you see this is something where you really can dedicated switch off some pixels which then would not glare the oncoming driver. Okay, it's idealized, you can see, but this is a picture of the Osram EVIOS with about 25,600 LEDs. Each of these LED has a size of 40 microns. That is micro. We are here in micro-optics fellow. And if we look to this, we have micro-optics with a micro LED that can supply about 4,000 lumens. There is also the DMD, the digital mirrors, that can do it. Unfortunately, they can be in automotive not as powerful. So I think the future will be the micro LED with about 40 microns, 50 microns, 20 microns, something in that size. And the interesting thing is that just last Thursday, this guy, which is the Bundespräsident, the German Bundespräsident, the German president, he awarded the German Future Prize 2024, and he awarded that Future Prize to AMS Osram for the invention of the Osram EVIOS micro LEDs. So that is a good thing to get some public response and to promote again that micro-optics idea, to have that adaptive story. And here we are now in the micro-optics world. Now if we look today, what you can do with that micro-optics, not only de-glare the oncoming driver, you can make projections on the road. For sure you can make the glare-free high beam, you can make your own lane specially illuminated, or like Audi is doing, you make that orientation light. That means you are driving on your lane and the car is projecting where you will be in 10 or 15 meters away, where your car will be on that lane. So that means you have a better orientation. That helps increasing safety, because then you know you are in a, for example, in a construction area. That's the important thing that we will see, because in future we will then have recognition. That means you have a car that will recognize who is approaching me by software, by sensors. And then the car can do some reactions. We will have interactions. You have a pedestrian or a cyclist crossing. The car is seeing that cyclist and is reacting, giving some projection, some information, anything like this. We will have communication. There is a pedestrian coming, or you go to your car, you want to open your car. There will be a kind of communication. All possible with micro-optics, with displays, with all the technology that we are today discussing. So the market in 2020 is about safety, new chrome design elements and communication, and we see that this market will change, shares inside will change, but it will grow by a factor of 100%, 300 to 600 billion US dollars. That means the future budget for the car lighting will increase. No software, no function, we have to be before, because if you then write a software, you have to think, I have an application, I have an idea, and then it works. And the last one is, lighting however it may come, whatever you guys are inventing, whatever you guys are developing, it has a future. Thank you.